Bravest girl in the world.
Mohe, China's northernmost city, making it one of the coldest places in all of China. The temperature has dropped below -40. This is where an Australia versus China showdown will take place. I'm Danny from Your 4x4, and I'm usually the one planning the trips, but I wasn't able to make it to China, so we have a special guest hosting the competition. This is Dadao. He's the host of 4-Wheel Drive TV China.
一名长期深入极端环境的越野记录者。经过一段时间的筹备，由我们发起的 4WD-TV 中澳越野挑战赛在中国东北的漠河正式集结。这一次，我邀请了来自中国和澳洲同样热爱越野的朋友们，用一场对抗赛的方式彼此切磋，互相了解，也一起去感受这片土地的温度。
It's the coldest time of year here in Mohe, and we've come up with 6 off-road challenges built to suit the local terrain. There's a total of 100 points on offer. The team with the highest score wins. It's 3-on-3, China versus Australia. They'll have nothing but their off-road experience and the grit to make it work in this extreme cold. Over the past decade, 4-Wheel Drive TV has travelled to China many times, filming everything from major international off-road expos and automotive events through to some of the country's most remote and rugged landscapes. We've worked across regions including Inner Mongolia, Alashan, Shefeng, Urjinachi, and the legendary Gobi Desert, documenting not only the rapidly growing Chinese off-road scene, but also the culture, vehicles, and incredible terrain that make these adventures so unique. Most of our previous trips were based in dry and arid environments. Huge desert crossings, dusty tracks, rocky terrain, and long days in reasonably manageable temperatures. But this series is going to be very different. Let's meet the brave competitors selected to take on this series of tough, cold challenges. This is Simon. This whole thing started with him. He's the founder of 4-Wheel Drive TV, and he's a head judge for major world-class off-road events. He's always been curious about China, so the Chinese team brought him over to show him exactly what they're capable of and just how far car culture there has come.
No matter how hard it gets, we're going to succeed.
This is Hayden, former Australian military with 20 years of off-roading under his belt. It's his first time out of Australia and he's come to China, but he didn't come to sightsee, he came to win. This is Honey, Malaysian Chinese, Simon's partner. She takes the game seriously, with tears over losses and going all in for a win.
My team member is fighting. I have to fight too.
In this race, nobody underestimates her. Ray Wang, Team China captain, he's the founder of China Traversing. He is one of the earliest off-roaders in China, a man who keeps his cool and runs the show with strategy. She Hong, 16 years in off-road pickups. He led the China Raptor Club through some of the hardest routes out there. He does the dirty work nobody else wants to do. And the second he gets behind the wheel, it's all throttle. Xiao Yuan. He used to review cars with words. Now he's taking them on with a steering wheel. Out of his comfort zone, he has to break out of his old role and get back on the road. In this race, the car isn't just a tool, it's your partner. Both teams choose the vehicle they trust most.
没问题。如果他选你的猛禽呢？可以。
那如果他选你的76了？
当然 OK 的，怕他？咱们是主人，人家是客人嘛。
Team China went with pickups built for the terrain, for stability and load capacity. The Australians chose something lighter and more agile, and put their trust in so-called Made in China.
I didn't want any advantages for this race, so I'm leaving the Chinese team with their own vehicles. But I'm not cutting us short either. I'm going with the Tank 400 as I'm familiar with the High 4T platform. Probably the most powerful out of all the vehicles, it's twin-locked and a good mid-size which suits my driving style. Hayden is a big, strong man who likes to go hard. The Bronco goes to him. With tall tyres and plenty of grunt, it'll be the perfect match for his skills and personality. The 212 might be the least powerful and one of the smallest cars on offer, but I think it will be a great match for Honey. It's light, agile, easy to handle, and it has a good basic four-wheel drive system.
In Harbin, the temperature has already dropped below -20, and we're about to head into Mohe, which is known as the coldest part of China. It's the night before departure. Final prep is being done and the gear is being packed. Right before they head to sleep, a team meeting is called. It's been called to make sure everyone's locked in and ready, but emotions are high.
We're going to fight to the end. We're going to give it our best.
But in this moment, you are my enemy.
Okay.
Wait for me.
This isn't a rehearsal. This is a real competition taking place in some of the coldest parts of the world. Well, this is it. They're all headed to the first challenge, which is about a 14-hour drive. But there seems to be someone missing from the convoy.
Well guys, first thing this morning, we have got a race start line to get to. It's a 1,000-kilometre drive from here today, and this is the start of our day. We are stuck at a workshop, still in Harbin, while the rest of the crew, the convoy, the competitors have all raced ahead. Far out. We're having quite a few troubles getting this wheel fixed, so the guys have brought in what they're telling me is the local wheel master. He turned up with a MIG welder in the back of his car, and he's now going to have a crack at getting this rim sorted. So let's see what happens next.
Simon has a faulty valve, which is normally an easy fix, but the beadlock ring is proving to be an issue, and a number of the retaining bolts have stripped heads and can't be removed. The local expert is building up some material on top of the damaged bolt so that he can then weld a nut to it and hopefully get the bolt free. On attempt number 2, he succeeded. Then, instead of doing the whole process again, he's just welded that bolt to the next broken one. And it's as easy as that. I can see how he got his nickname.
To be fair, the wheel master has done an incredible job. He's got those broken bolts out. They've cut new threads just to check that everything's okay, and we've got this rim just about ready to repair. Fechang hao, fechang hao.
From here, the process is just bolting the locking ring back on and checking that everything's okay. Once they're happy with it, they then head out into the cold and get the wheel back on the vehicle. Now, it's time to get back into the challenge. Simon and the support truck are way behind the rest of the crew and probably won't see anyone from the group for quite a while. Except for Hoochie Dao's Hilux, apparently. That thing's looking rough. What the hell happened?
出事了，咱们赶快过去，希望人没事啊！我的天哪！好。
现在车动不了，传动轴断了，而且后桥是移位的，只能把它吊起来放上去。对，只能吊上去。你这个车需不需要报保险呢？他这个车报不了，要去国外呢，他是泰国牌照的。
给我都整懵了。
The guys are working well together to get this mess sorted. I think the driver was just so worn out and locked into the competition. All it took was a split-second lapse of focus. Luckily, no one was hurt. But this accident has unfortunately taken Hoochie Dao's support vehicle out of the race before it even started. It sure serves as a reminder that in this extreme cold, you can't afford to lose focus even for a second. The one positive is that it allowed Simon to catch up. We'd like to extend our thanks to the Mohe Municipal Government and the Mohe Forestry Bureau for their generous support and for providing the locations and resources that make this event possible. To keep things safer in the extreme cold, we put together a starter kit for everyone.
在极寒天气下面啊，好的户外电源非常重要啊。
Just when we thought everything was finally in place and we were about to begin the first challenge, one of the team members suddenly fell ill.
小袁，
走，看不见。
你咋了？我没事。他说你感冒了？
我有点冷。
烫吗 ？Not good。
那他明天别比了。
你先试试看能不能输液试试吧，如果烧太厉害就算了。
不是，你再去医院打个针吧，打吊瓶什么的。
OK。
While Shoyuan was suffering from a cold, what were his two teammates doing?
我们在做赛前放松。我唯一做的准备工作呢是给电小的充电，因为明天我要给我的饮料加热，我有个饮料加热包，要不然在车上喝不到热水会比较难受。
我带了一个保温壶。
So what's been going on?
I don't know if it's a dodgy valve they've put in, or if it's that the valve is actually frozen inside the stem, but we've got the valve pushed in when we put the deflator on, and it's locked on the in position, so the spring isn't pushing it back to seal it. They're a workshop, so they'll have a spare Schroeder valve. They can whack a new Schroeder valve in it, pump the thing up, and we're good to go.
Today, our first challenge finally begins. But before we start, Shoyuan came down with a 39-degree fever last night and can't compete today. So, we've brought in someone to take his place. Yui Lin, a northeast-born off-road driver, has conquered over 400,000 kilometres across China. Ice, steep mountain passes, deserts and remote outback. No terrain stops her.
好吧，那让我们开始我们今天的第一场比赛 ，Let's go！
And with that, we're off to our very first challenge. After about an hour on the road, we finally arrive.
You can watch the kilometres, but it's I've cleared it, you've cleared it, it's easier for 100%.
这个上面有很多岔道，就会引起一些我们的犯错所以基本上这条就是我们应该走的一个方向。
加油啊！列宁记住啊，保持车距，保持车距。好，倒计时1分钟。
Ready to check? Heater on.
最后1分钟，我们再分一下工啊。徐红，你负责冲锋陷阵；岳林，你负责貌美如花；我负责的就是稳如老狗。
好收。
倒计时3，不要紧张。2、1，Go！
Remember, it's a race. It's not meant to be fun.
Let's go, go, go!
For this Capture the Flag challenge, 2 teams will start from opposite points with only a map, compass and off-road skills. They must cross 30 kilometres of snow-covered forest and winding trails to reach each other's start point. The race ends when the last driver arrives and pulls the opposing flag. Fastest team wins. This challenge strips us of everything familiar. It's the middle of nowhere and there are no clear tracks. Only equipped with a compass and a map to guide them, the teams will have to work together to navigate these dense, snowy forests. One wrong turn could cost them the victory.
前面的路都是有沟的，有沟的，没什么太大问题，但是就是稳住方向就行了。
OK， 你路光报齐，我们后面就可以知道车速。
要滑的时候不要踩刹车，直接用方向去带回来。
对，用方向救回来就 OK 了，非常好。
你们现在还能看到我吗？
从一开始就看不到。
Che Hong leads the charge for Team China. He's no stranger to the snow trails. With years of overlanding experience under his belt, he's feeling right at home.
哇，这林间的雪道好好玩的，太爽了！我感觉我现在不是在比赛，现在在享受这个玩的过程。
So far, so good. Making our way through the virgin snow here. When I say virgin snow, there's a couple of tire tracks in front of us.
Yeah, man, I'm loving this. This is crazy.
How mad is this, eh? Aussies on the Russian border competing internationally.
I'm loving this, man. I've driven in snow, but not like this. This is crazy.
Team Australia, on the other side, is just soaking in all the views. This environment is not something we usually get back here in Australia.
They are clearing the way for me, so I'll be the last car for today.
You need us to slow down, honey?
Do we need to slow down, honey?
I'm still following. I'm coming.
Yeah, stay in the wheel tracks, honey. Just be very, very careful. Concentrate.
Yes, I am.
Awesome job, honey. Well done. That's fantastic.
Team Australia are sticking together and moving as one unit. They're trading speed for stability. But what about Team China?
我操！完了，这应该是直行，看一下啊。先走，右转，不能右转，直行。这边有一个岔路口，这边有个岔路口，我们是直行，要直行啊。
岔路口在左边还是右边？
这里有个岔路口，向右的，很容易迷惑。地图上显示没，哎，我看，直行，看，啊，应该右转，应该是往右。
是岔路在右，还是我们的路在右？
我们的路得往右走，
到时候。
Teams have now travelled deep into these narrow forest trails. The thick snow is really giving both teams plenty of trouble.
All right, guys, I'm losing power. Really struggling here in the deep snow.
Take your time, Simon, slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, I got ASC warning lights flashing up.
It's hard when you don't know what's going on, eh?
Simon's Tank 400 is really starting to feel the effects of this bitter cold air, and he's losing power fast.
We're down to almost a crawl now.
The car's struggling.
Oh.
I'm not sure, mate. Simon came to a complete stop then. It sounds like his car's not enjoying that snow. Maybe, I don't know. It's throwing up warnings. It seems to be struggling quite a bit.
I think I'm cooked, overheated.
You're kidding? I'll come up. Stay there, honey.
Open the bloody bonnet.
While Team Australia is trying to fix the Tank 400, Team China have just realised they've made a grave mistake.
我感觉你们错了。
One team is battling mechanical issues, while the other is headed the wrong way. This is when the race really starts to heat up.
Filming this 10-day challenge was some of the most fun we've had in ages. We hope you liked episode 1. Believe it or not, it only gets more epic. Click here for more action.